My name is Kyle DiDone. I'm a partner in the Banking and Creditors Rights Group. It's a pretty wide open area as far as the matters that we handle. When it comes to banking and creditors' rights, it can be everything from the origination of the loan on through to the workout, and certainly recovery, bankruptcy, and any other interest that a creditor may have in regard to property and litigation. As a lawyer, I would say that I'm more of a practical attorney than most people are. I try to find the approach that works best, given the situation and the individuals, involved in the matter. Sometimes that requires a different approach to the task at hand, but we always try to find the best resolution for the case and the individual details that we're dealing with. And I think that's something that is somewhat unique in the legal environment right now. We have a lot of attorneys that take the scorched earth, win at all costs approach. Well, you may win your litigation, but you certainly are not going to win in the client's minds. So that's something I think that's important. I don't know that I was always set on becoming a lawyer, but I will say one of the things that kind of drew me into the law is the fact that it's multifaceted. It's an area that touches every other area in discipline. We have a unique opportunity in practicing the law to work with people from all different environments, from all different backgrounds. There's a great diversity in what we do in terms of topics and matters that we work with. It can be a banking institution one day, it can be a municipal corporation another day, it can be a private individual another day, and just having that variety and ability to speak with different people on different topics and be engaged in new areas, I think is kind of something unique to the law that you don't get in other disciplines. In terms of memorable cases, I would probably say, the very first case I worked on when I came to the firm here, it's something that's always kind of stood by me. Kind of without going into the details, I would say that the reason it stuck with me is because I came into the firm thinking that we were going to defend this case at all costs, and we were going to put up that big W for the client, and we were going to win. But as the case went on, we realized that was not going to be the best solution for the client, that it was something that we had to work out a way to extricate them from the situation. And at the end of it, I was kind of feeling that because we had settled that it was a loss, but seeing the client and talking to them after the settlement was reached, they could not be more appreciative of the efforts that we did, and realizing that sometimes a settlement, sometimes an agreement, is the way to go. And it was just kind of a shift in my thought process to realize that law is not all about winning or losing. It's not a clear path. It's about carving out that middle ground where your client needs a resolution, and they need it in a manner that fits their individual situation and facts. Outside of work, that's a great question. I guess I'd start off first and foremost. I mentioned my family, my wife Lauren, my two sons, and I live in Amherst. We're both pretty involved with sports, with the boys. Certainly coaching and being involved. Baseball, soccer. Ice skating with the boys. I'm also an adult leader with the Boy Scouts of America, involved with PAC 440. It's organization I've been involved with for years. I was part of an adult group that helped to set up a explorers post here in Buffalo for individuals that were interested in law and government careers. It's something I've kind of carried through since my childhood, as I was a scout as well, reaching the achievement of Eagle Scout. So I think it's something that's important for the future. In terms of legal tips, the one thing that I would always say, and I kind of stress to everyone that I work with, is proofread. It does matter what you say, but certainly how you say it, and if you're not putting your best foot forward, something as easy as reading something twice, reading something 3 times, can really, change and solidify your position, your argument, your statement. And if you've read something twice and you still think it's perfect, have somebody outside take a look at it. There's no area in law and life, any discipline that you're working in, where you can't benefit from having a second review of what you're working on, having somebody outside of that particular area take a look at it, make sure that the information is clear, concise, makes sense to the intended reader that you're writing for your audience. You may know what you're saying, and you may believe that it's perfectly clear, but if there's somebody who is not involved in that particular area, has no idea what those terms are, it's not going to be an effective piece.